welcome to a special episode of the Argenta Literary Project Presents vlog. We will talk about Argenta Literary Project novels and activities I do when not writing, as well as other topics I hope that are of interest to you. This special episode is for fellow deer hunters. I welcome all deer hunters, but I think underserved groups are hunters who have lost a hunting camp at some time, don't fully trust some of the unknown hunters stalking the big woods of public lands, or don't have the money for a guided hunt. But the good news is that we still get to hunt the small woods and clearings of Exurbia. Exurbia is defined as a region beyond the suburbs, including unincorporated communities. A unique set of challenges and benefits come with hunting the terrain and following the special rules of Exurbia. I plan to discuss Exurbia hunting highs and lows in future episodes, as well as other topics of hunting and writing. Today, I will suggest two novels for your consideration and pose a question to all deer hunters regarding an unusual set of circumstances I encountered and perhaps a foreshadowing of climate change. But first, everyone needs a good book to read now and then. Hunters, even the hardiest and most determined, get stuck indoors because of inclement weather at some point. The suggested novels are great for when you've lost all your money playing poker at camp, great for beach reads on vacation, taking the edge off of air travel delays, when you have video streamed everything available out there, 100+ degree summer days like this, and of course, gifts. First up is The Treasure of Conquistador Haven. Investigative TV reporter Derek Gandalf Kane and a videographer are assigned to document a college team of explorers guided by a game warden as they explore a little studied area of the Ouachita National Forest known as Conquistador Haven. Rumors of Hernando de Soto's fabled lost treasure have persisted since his expedition beat a hasty retreat from Arkansas. But the college expedition is not the only group in the vast forest. The lure of different types of treasure has spurred two other parties into action. A cartography student has deciphered a treasure map found in an old woman's attic and is on a quest with her brother and a nefarious friend to find the treasure. Also in the National Forest are two teenage marijuana growers tending their illegal crop of green gold. Everyone is diligently pursuing their plans, blissfully unaware of the others until they aren't. A wild boar attack, a snake bite, and fires send the various plans of the groups into chaos, putting the groups on a collision course that includes a gunfight, explosion, and dangerous animals. After the smoke clears, the reporter is compelled to follow the surviving looter fleeing with the treasure. Wanting both to bring the killer to justice and learn the whole story, Derek Kane pursues him through the forest. A twist or two leads up to an unexpected conclusion. The next novel is Dark Hearts in the Forest. Kit Carson inherits a very rural family property and sees it as his way of escaping the 8-to-5 rat race. He envisions the century-old homestead and cabin as a business opportunity. Kit invites 4 college friends to join him for a brainstorming session on how to turn the cabin into a money-making enterprise while having fun shooting, drinking, and reminiscing about their college days. Unknown to Kit, his county legacy neighbors are having internal family issues over their moonshining business, with a rogue member secretly moving into the homemade designer drug business that he intends to convince the family is safer, easier to make, hide, transport, and is much more profitable than moonshine. He is not happy about Kit's plans to turn the abutting property into a tourist destination. An errant shotgun blast on a wild hog hunt starts a misunderstanding that quickly gets out of hand as Kit and friend become targets of a crazed killer intent on earning his way back into the family hierarchy and keeping his new drug business from collapsing before it fully begins. Homemade bombs, an outhouse, a farm-all tractor, a food truck, and more share a part in a fiery conclusion as Kit and his friends fight for their lives. I hope these teases have interested you and you visit Argenta Lit's website right after this video to buy your books today. Don't forget to visit today. Pack the books now for your camp or your vacation. Now to the question for my fellow deer hunters. have you ever had an inclement weather event adversely affect your deer processing? Such as a deep cold spell so long your dressed deer never had an opportunity to bleed out thoroughly, and because of that, the processed deer meat tasted gamey or ironish to some people. Here's the full story. It was late December, a few days before Christmas. The temperature had not risen above freezing for days, nor would it for another 2 weeks. I had moved a PVC gravity feeder to within 50 yards of the house so I could watch out the window for deer and avoid the 21-degree temperature. The meteorologists had been predicting a coming snowstorm called Snowmageddon eventually for days. My wife had stocked the pantry and 2 refrigerators for the long haul. Stocking the refrigerators play a part in this story. We were assembling a Christmas gift in the living room late one afternoon, and I would look out the window now and then during breaks. I saw a herd of deer at the feeder and grabbed my crossbow. I slowly opened the door, it opened quietly, and I stepped onto the porch. I took the shot, and the bolt went low, bouncing off the frozen ground. The deer scattered. Dejected, I returned to assembling the gift, but almost happy I had missed. The few minutes outside, dressed in simple house clothes, reminded me why I was in the house rather than on the stand, and secretly glad I had missed and would not have to dress the deer out in 20-degree weather. More gift assembly occurred, and then I got a break from dealing with the 10,000 bolts, nuts, washers, and screws. I looked out the window, and the herd of does was back. I grabbed my crossbow and stepped out on the porch. A perfect shot this time. The doe ran 70 yards and collapsed at dusk. Remember, it's only 20-something degrees, has been for a week, and will be for another 2+ weeks. Also, remember, this is exurbia hunting. I'm on the outskirts of suburbia, not in the big woods. Not at a deer camp. I did not have portable lights or a bonfire prepared for a nighttime field dressing. So I put the doe in the garage to field dress in the light of the next day. The next day I built a fire and charcoal grill for warmth, knocked ice out of the garden hose to wash the deer down, and dressed the doe fighting the hand-numbing cold. I put the deer quarters in ice chests and iced them down, leaving them in the garage to bleed out since the refrigerators were stocked for the coming snowstorm. Anyway, the temperature was so cold for so long that the doe never thawed. The original ice cubes I used did not melt over 10 days. The doe never bled out. But after 10 days, I was impatient and processed the doe after letting the meat thaw enough to grind. Unfortunately, some folks thought the meat tasted more gamey than previous venison I had prepared. Have you had a similar experience? Please comment on anything similar to this in the comments below. So the question I pose for my fellow deer hunters is, have you ever had an inclement weather event affect the processing of your deer? If so, please comment below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, have a great season, and watch for more postings about hunting in exurbia and the life of a writer at Argenta Literary Project. Thank you. See you next time.